DreAllDay.com.
This drill, I'm going to start with a back-through-behind combination. Now I'm going to go into a half cross, interrupt that cross, then a full cross, and then drive it to the basket and finish. So I talked about with the cross before that it doesn't have to be done any certain way. The only thing that defines a dribble as a crossover, quote unquote, is that the ball is crossing over from one side, from one hand to the other hand, basically, as I'm doing in front of my body. So the footwork you can alter, you can make it wider, you can make it shorter, you can make it quicker, you can make it lower, higher. The way you're moving that ball with your arms and your hands, you can make it wider, of course, tighter. Whatever way that you want to do it, and whatever way that works best for you in that game situation. So that doesn't mean that you need to practice when you're doing these moves. You shouldn't always practice everything one particular way, because in a game situation, you don't know what you'll need to call on. But the only things you'll be able to call on are things that you've been practicing. So if you haven't practiced something, when you get in the game, you probably won't be able to call on it if you haven't put in the work, because your instincts are not going to be able to pull that out. Your instincts are going to be able to pull out whatever you've been practicing the most. When you get into that muscle memory, your muscle memory is the things that you practice enough that you can do it without having to think about it, like tying your shoes, like walking up and down some steps. You don't have to think about those things. You've done them so many times, you just do them instinctively. So it's the same thing when you're doing your moves in basketball. When you get into a game, the more you think, the slower you're going to move, the more mistakes you're going to make. It doesn't mean you can't think of a move and it might work one time. It's possible. It's happened to me before. But when you get into a live situation against good players, you want to be able to react quickly, because that's what they're going to be doing. Hit that thumbs up to like this drill. Any questions you got, leave me a comment. Work on your game. If you're on Snapchat, hit me on the Snap. My Snap name is @Dre Baldwin. You already know how that works. And I got a podcast, if you didn't know. It is called Work on Your Game. It is an everyday podcast where I talk about getting yourself into the right mindset, that bulletproof mindset. Getting yourself seen, heard, known. Getting the exposure you want and making things happen in your life instead of waiting for things to happen to or for you. Subscribe to that podcast. We're on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher. Make sure you check it every single day. Make sure you're subscribed so you catch the heat. Work on your game.
Dre Ball. I feel like Dre Ball. I feel like Dre Ball. I'm ballin'. I feel like Dre